Hey everyone, it's been a nearly 2 month vacation for myself, Getsilius, and my main man Hax. How's it going?
Uh, Vacation, you say? Um,
Vacation. You
well,
know, we
if you're
didn't do an
counting to,
episode since like
yeah,
Black Friday
yeah,
and
hiatus. I mean, today is
hiatus
definitely not
epic.
a vacation, especially if you're living on the East Coast and have nothing but a foot of snow outside.
Hey man, our governor declared some emergency stuffs, all right? And I didn't have to go to work today. It was so bad, okay? I'm losing a day's pay for this. You should be feeling sorry for me.
I'm not because they call a state of emergency for us too, but they lifted it not too long ago. But I
Uh,
work from home most of the time, so it didn't matter to me. I still had to work.
oh, look at you. You're the working family man now, living the dream.
Yep, go home, be a family man. I listen to Guile.
Listen to Guile. Great wisdom. But anyway, guys, it's been a long while. Loading screen is back. Sorry about the hiatus. It's a lot of things honestly came out holidays, and I had like a whole month during January. There was just so much stuff I couldn't do. It was like work and classes, and well, not classes yet, but like all that fun stuff you deal with being single and living in an apartment.
But nothing but bachelor parties all day, then, right?
No, no, no. You would assume that, but no. It's you can't. No, no. The dream is dead. But anyway, guys, we're going to change the format for loading screen. Loading screen will no longer be a bi-weekly podcast due to time constraints, but we're going to change it to a monthly podcast, and we'll have more content and more things and just more. It'll be better. Trust me, you guys will enjoy it. We'll enjoy it. It'll be a good time overall. How do you feel
So,
about that, Hacks? We're
uh,
monthly. Yeah.
I really don't care, honestly. As long as we get it done and we get it out to the masses, I'm good with it.
You go with any. So we could do like, all right. So it was like once every 4 months podcast. If you
No,
don't,
no,
that's.
no, 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 no. It has to be at least a month. I would like to maybe squeak in twice a month if the news picks up and there was good stuff to talk about.
Oh,
But
definitely. Yeah,
especially right now, it's like we said last, in the last Arsenal podcast, and in 2013, beginning of 2014, it's going to be dead slow.
Oh yeah, I mean, so far is like there's a whole bunch of new launches for games that will be released in spring. So maybe you have actually survive this winter and be spring be okay. And while we're talking about new releases coming in spring, there's one new release coming out for the PlayStation Vita. Borderlands 2 is getting a spring release, and I don't know. I know Hacks, you don't play Borderlands 2, but this is it's a big deal and something terrible at the same time. Since the game's been announced, there hasn't been any videos or much trailer or anything at all for the game that's going to be coming out sometime spring. Yeah, this like it's coming out in spring. You're like, what game? Like, where's the footage? Like anything different? Will DLC be free? Anything like that?
Well, my take on that is, I mean, and I do play Borderlands. I've played the first one, beat the first one. I played the second one. I just stopped at the second DLC. I got bored of it. I mean, it's a great game, great art direction. It's fun to play. I just got bored. And speaking of that, they're releasing the final DLC for Borderlands 2 shortly, so that'll be it.
Yeah.
So, I don't have any take on Borderlands 2 for the Vita because, are they going to give us basically everything that we've already got on other systems?
Yeah, that's the thing.
What
Yeah,
what
no
are you
one knows.
doing? I
Oh yeah,
mean,
the
because
final
it's a
DLC.
Vita.
Yeah.
It's a Vita, and as much as I like the handheld, it gets a lot of recycled content. So more likely, we'll just get the same old crap that everybody else got, just months later.
It'll probably be cheaper. That's probably what's going to happen too.
Or free, but on
Free.
PSN.
Oh, PSN, yeah, PSN Plus. And the cool thing though is that I think you mentioned the final DLC. It's going to be called, I think, Sir Hammerlock's The Son of Chromax. Like
Yep.
that was the first Chromax. If you guys play Borderlands 1, was the first boss of the game. People have to cheat to beat him, and the fact they bringing him back is going to be like, oh god, I'm going to cry because he was just so damn hard to kill in the first game. I really hope they toned it down and still make it feel difficult. So I hope he doesn't like just rob me of all my character's money. Like, look at me, I turned broke after 2 runs.
That's funny. We should probably get together and play some Borderlands too. Just for the hell of it, just knock them out. When I did play it, it was fun.
Yeah, I only have it for Xbox Live, so.
Boo, boo.
Oh yeah, oh, the netcode just runs really good for Xbox in that game.
You know my philosophy. If it's a first-person shooter and it's not exclusive, it's on a PC for me.
That's your rule. The Steam version's like super cheap now. You can game it a year edition for like maybe $30-$40.
Or cheaper if you picked it up on Steam sale.
Which will be coming soon, the freaking spring sale. So save up your money for that, people. Oh man, outside of all the new, there's other future releases coming out soon that I picked up on that interests me. Um, the Vita will be getting the God of War and Sly Cooper collection. It's coming out this May. I think that's pretty cool. But you mentioned it is a recycled, so just throw it
Yeah,
on the Vita.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's the Vita's life so far. It doesn't get any. I take it back. It doesn't get any blockbuster, brand new exclusive games. It
they get
has
a, they
some.
get a couple of
Yeah, a
DLC
couple.
games.
I mean, they
And
got what Gravity Glaze, uh,
we got Guacamelee came out for Steam.
and Ollie Ollie. That was phenomenal. I don't know if you picked that up or not. Ollie
Oh,
Ollie is a
yeah, I have to. I think
fantastic
it's like
game.
$10 on Steam, PSN.
Yeah, the only thing I hate about that game is I keep hitting a button instead of hitting down to land a trick, and I constantly bail. It pisses me off, but it reminds me of so much. It has that old school. Not many people played this game or listened to us have played it. The old school Skater Die games. Remember those back in the day, Nintendo?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that when I think the first skate game, I think I played Skater Die as a kid, but like the more recent skater games I played were the original Tony Hawk that was on the PS1 and I think Dreamcast. Those
Yeah,
make me yeah
those are phenomenal games during their time as well. I
yeah
played them
yeah.
every day.
I think they ported one of them for Xbox Arcade. I think Tony
Yeah,
Hawk.
yeah. Tony Hawk HD.
Yeah. I don't know if it's worth it, but I'm like
No, it is.
it is okay because
Yeah,
I feel like that type of genre just outlived itself after like so many iterations. I mean, they
yeah.
try to add yeah,
Like the fifth iteration, it was like Tony Hawk Pro Live.
yeah, and then they started making like the more realistic games called like Skate, and I heard that those don't do well in sales.
Skate
So
was okay. It's just it turned into one of those niche titles, and people just got bored of it and
yeah,
walked away.
pretty much.
Now I know when we talked earlier, I stated that I didn't really have much to talk about, but I was wrong. I forgot. My brain hurts from shoving all that damn snow.
That's what you get.
There was really one topic that I really wanted to talk about because it's something that's really dear to my heart. So the other day, Namco Bandai announced that they were doing a pre-order bonus for those who pre-ordered Dark Souls 2 for the Xbox and Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. And the pre-order bonus was a bunch of weapons and a shield. And I don't know if you're familiar with the Dark Soul, Demon Soul community, but
Yeah,
we really frown on things like that. We don't like the fact that you give us stuff from the get go. We want to be able to find these weapons, find the shields, find the armor in the game because that's part of the adventure. That's part of the journey.
yeah. That's one of the thrills of the game, of the Soul series. Mostly, I only play Dark Souls, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because if you don't, because the fact that you give it to me, you're kind of giving me a less of a handicap from the gate. Because look at me, I have this like I would say, let's say it's a level 12 weapon. I got a level 12 weapon at level 5. I'm pretty much gonna stomp things pretty freely.
Now, Namco hasn't really stated, if there's any, requirements behind these weapons. Because they could be trolling us for all we know. They could give us these weapons, like, you need to have 50 strength, or,
Oh god,
20 dexterity. And
right.
for everybody who plays these games, you don't have these stats from the beginning of the game. So Namco hasn't really stated anything other than the fact that you get these weapons. Now, a lot of people have speculated that maybe they're just going to troll us, like I mentioned, and you got these weapons in your bag, and yeah, you can't use them yet, so just hold on to them. But even still,
they have low durability.
but even still, I mean, a lot of us are basically on the same, perspective. Like, we don't like the fact they did this. We're going to take the code that you give us and burn it, throw it away, whatever. Games like this shouldn't have pre-order bonuses, not in-game items. You want to give me a t-shirt, you want to give us a map or a soundtrack, fantastic, I'm all for it. You want to give me in-game items? No, don't give that crap to me. And you shouldn't give it to anybody because it cheapens the entire experience. I don't care if you say you're not going to use the code or you're like, oh, I'm new to this game, I need all the help I can get. Yeah, no, don't do that, Namco.
And
Don't ever do that.
I agree with that because I recently purchased a while back August the War for Steam, and they give you all this DLC for free. It cheapened the game. The game felt too easy. I don't even play it as much anymore. Like I can't even fully like play the game and enjoy it or review it because I'm stomping the game for free. I'm not even trying because they give me all these weapons, all these EXP bonuses, everything for free when I pre-ordered the game. And I'm like, I can't play it anymore.
So yeah, bad move, Namco.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And yes, Dark Souls 2 is finally coming out, guys. We waited forever for this game. It's finally coming out March 11th for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. But sadly, they still have not announced the PC version. They're really starting to piss me off with this. I'm going to have to cave and pick up a console version. I can't. If it's going to be another month, 2, maybe 3 months wait, I don't think I can hold on.
It could be like the rumored GTA 5 PC version.
At least they said it's coming. Unlike that, they're like it's never coming. It's never coming. It's definitely coming. They just don't know.
Yeah.
And speaking of games that I'm also looking forward to, also we got Castlevania Lord of Shadows 2 coming out very shortly.
Yeah, you can pre-order on Steam, get like 10% off. I know about that. I'm a little bit. I'm excited for that a little bit.
Did you check out the demo on Steam?
Not yet. I'm gonna get on that later. I would say hardcore Castlevania fan. I don't like the Lord of Shadows series so much, but I will play it. I'm not enough to say, it's the first game ever. It doesn't follow the 2D format or 2D storyline, blah, blah, blah. It just doesn't feel, like, strong for me, but I'll still play it, give it, at least give it a benefit of doubt, And Patrick Stewart was in the first game. Can't say about Patrick Stewart.
Well, I did some gameplay footage of the demo, and I put it on YouTube, and it's on our site, so definitely check it out, man. I was I was the same way. I'm a big Castlevania fan. I grew up on the old Castlevanias, and I love Simon Quest. For all you haters, it was great. Shut up.
Simon's Quest. Huh? How about Castlevania 64?
Oh no! No.
Watch it. Yeah.
That game was terrible. That was terrible.
It's a speedrun game. It's got its work. It's got its uses now.
The 3D Castlevanias in that time were terrible. Unlike Lord of Shadows, where this is actually a phenomenal game. I wasn't really feeling it at first, but after I played it for a while, it grew on me. So obviously, I was excited to play, Lord of Shadows 2, and thankfully the demo is pretty decent. Did have some issues here and there on my PC, but it ran pretty decently. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's Castlevania. This is not the original Castlevania." Blah blah blah. No, it's not, guys. It's a retelling of Castlevania. It's not the same canon. It's not Castlevania from back in the day. Shut up, play it, and enjoy it. It's a great game.
The problem is that it doesn't follow a lot of. If you're a Castlevania lore person, it doesn't follow the theme or settings of the Castlevanias.
No, not at all.
No,
not at all.
No. That's my only little beef with it, because it just differs. Okay, it's not gonna follow the original timeline or the story. I understand the 2D games. I get that. That's fine, but it doesn't really follow. I feel like this Castlevania was designed completely different from the original in the whole lore from the get. And it was like, this is the Castlevania for people who don't like Castlevania.
It was.
Yeah, that's what it is. And people who like Castlevania like, but what about us? Welcome to being hardcore gamer.
Yeah, Lords of Shadow is not part of the official Castlevania timeline. So that whole mess with, Belmonts and Alucard and this and that. If you're a real Castlevania lore, monger, just put it out of your head, because it's not canon, guys. Just enjoy the game.
Yeah.
And be thankful that you actually have a decent Castlevania game to play.
Half of us are still waiting for another 2D one to come out.
Yeah, when you get that? When Konami gets tired of making Metal Gear Solid games. Never.
They probably would give us a 2D game eventually, but I don't think it's now. I mean, the last one that was technically was it Harmony of Despair? That was a multiplayer, and it was a mixed baggage. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't that great either. But it was kind of fun to play, so man. I mean, was it the last baggage? I can't hate it. I enjoyed playing it, but it wasn't really fully polished.
Man, the last 2D Castlevania I played was, other than Mirror of Fate, was Symphony of the Night. Seriously, I didn't play any of the Castlevanias on the handheld. None of them. Wow,
you didn't play any of I would say any like Moon, any of Shoma's game, Jonathan's game. Jesus, wow, Yeah. Lord of Shadows was the pick. Yeah.
I didn't have a DS or a 3DS. I didn't have it, so I was like, couldn't play it.
Yeah, so, all right, it's totally confirmed. Lord of Shadows was definitely for you. They thought about this guy. This guy never played any of them. Just give him the game.
But I played all the original Castlevania, so
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
All right, so I said my piece. What else did you say you wanted to talk about? You were talking about something earlier. I just can't put a finger on it.
No, you probably can't put a finger on it because it might come within 6 days from now. Because this is 5 days from now. Since 6 days from now. I'm actually getting old. It's the 13th. 13th. This is February 13th, and yeah, 6 days from now, Strider will be coming on Xbox One, Xbox Live. I don't know about
That's shorting it. Strider will be coming out on every system other than Wii and Wii.
Basically. Steam will be getting it, so yeah.
Yep, I already got it pre-ordered. Pre-order for Steam.
Wow, that's pretty good. I hope you enjoy it. I played a demo of it at Comic-Con. I think I mentioned on old loading screen or Arsenal. I just felt the motion, how the game was developed as a feel. It's like, here's the action part. Here's you running. Here's you stopping to do stuff. It didn't feel fluid. Hopefully they fix that when the full game comes out, and maybe it'll be better. But that's my only complaint in the game.
I've watched a couple of videos of the gameplay of the live stream that Capcom did, and it seemed pretty decent. Unity,
yeah.
And if anything, the music is phenomenal. The remix, a lot of the old tunes from the Strider back in the NES days. Man, I can't wait for this game. It's $15. All right, so you can't go wrong with that. It's Strider, for crying out loud. I mean, at least they went back and revisited an older IP. Capcom's not really the best for doing that. So
yeah, I'm personally how to put this? I'm waiting for it to be dropped maybe $10 on Steam sale, and I'll pick it up.
It might happen. It might happen. You know, the only sad thing about Strider, the fact that, if we want to see more of the game, we'll probably have to wait for Capcom to move it to a new developer.
Yeah, because Double Helix left, and they were, I believe, Amazon, which
Amazon purchased them.
Yeah, which I don't know what was the point behind that, but that's another topic another time we have more information, because it's going to be another like conjecture.
Well, no, Amazon had stated last year that they were looking to get into the game console world with an Android-based console.
Oh, so they want more mobile games?
No, in your house, like the Ouya.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably why they purchased them. Honestly, the Android console field is getting way too busy. Mad Cat has the Mojo, you got the Ouya, you got the Game Stick, you got a bunch of other generic Android consoles out there. As much as I love Android, this is getting overboard. There doesn't need to be some. They're a dime a dozen the way it comes now. It's a waste. Who knows? But hopefully Amazon will do something good with Double Helix.
A lot of people want to get in it, so can't argue with that.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, and there's one thing. I guess Keith, I'm a fighting game junkie recently.
Oh, you're gonna talk about Skullgirls, aren't you?
Oh hell no! I'm talking about Evo Skullgirls. What?
Oh, okay. Oh wait, you don't like Skullgirls?
I play Skullgirls. It's just not my cup of tea. That, and I feel that the community of that game, it's. How many majors have I ever seen Skullgirls in? I mean, I think I've seen it at NEC 14, and I think I saw it at Apex, but people playing casually. I don't know about that, and maybe it'll be at Final Round. I don't think it's gonna be a Winter Brawl. My saying the community won't show up, but I don't know if it's gonna be a Winter Brawl. So,
but Skullgirls was at Evo last year too.
Yeah, as a side game, which it's
true.
Yeah, I mean, you say the Sailor Moon Fighter was at Evo as a side game, so whatever. So, not just side games, but you're a side game.
So Evo.
Yeah, Evo Oh yeah, this Evo's year's lineup is, for people who didn't have heard it yet, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, really no shock right there, those two. King of Fighters 13, again, I think it's a main, at this point, King of Fighters is a main game for Evo now. That community worked really hard to get that game into the spotlight.
And you know what? Show up in numbers. And you know what? I actually watched that stream more than any of the other streams in Evo. That's actually a really decent game.
No, it's a great game. As a King of Fighters person myself, there's a couple of little skirmishes I like about it. It's generally a good game, and the community worked hard at it. I mean, they always show up to every majors. Even though there's not a lot of local footage of it outside of SoCal, they show up to those too. Like at the recent Team Stickbug, which was last month. I think it was the 25th of January. I went there. King of Fighters had more numbers than the Blaze Blue community. I'm an anime person. I'm a little hurt by that, but they freaking showed up. All like 10, 12 of them showed up to play this game. So you guys show up. That's great for you. Keep doing it. So that's what they do. They just constantly show up. You hardly hear any drama bullshit about them. I mean, outside of my homie A3 saying he gonna bop some people, but whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as they playing the game, that's all that matters. So that's always good for them. And another game that made it in was Killer Instinct made it in, which I'm like, okay. Injustice made it, and Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasm made it. And for Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasm, if the patch comes out, which will give a whole bunch of change to character lists, one of them being that one of the major things that Kokonoe will be toned down, Kokonoe will be allowed to play in a tournament. But if the patch does not come out for the time frame, Kokonoe will be considered banned because she is overpowered in the game as is.
And what about Ultra Street Fighter 4, since it's not out yet?
Oh, it's coming out soon. It's gonna be there. I mean, my little biases. I feel that will be played to full potential. Maybe, maybe not. But I feel that Capcom is doing this as a beta because it's like, let's just say somebody finds out that Fei Long has a way to break the new unblockable system, which is just delay teching, which I feel that's pretty lazy, and at some points. So say Fei Long can like break that right somehow, and they're like, wow, someone broke it, and then they release a patch like within a month later and call it Ultra Street Fighter 4 2015 edition, and we'll be playing that. So right now, I feel that Ultra Street Fighter 4, when it gets released, it'll be the beta version because we'll be playing it at Evo, and they'll just assess it from there, and then there'll probably be a patch for it. Even though there has been people playing Ultra Street Fighter 4 at other places, like I think it was at Capcom Cup, and I think it was at that Marvel Cup and NEC. But like I said, I feel that the game will not be played up to its maybe full potential by that time. So who knows? Yeah, it's still gonna be there though. People are looking forward to it. I mean, there's Red Focus, which is like a super focus attack, and there's Delayed Wake Up. And there'd be no that, and that's the way to patch unblockables. And I feel that's not a good way to do it, but that's just me. Ugh. But that's all the games for Evo. I mean, that's pretty much it.
And no, what's surprising is the fact that there's no Tekken there this year.
Oh, Tekken's not be there because of the community, because their community doesn't show up to a lot of events. You don't even I haven't seen a Tekken local played since Battle Circuit was called the Big Two, and even then I rarely saw it on Battle Circuit in New York. I don't know if other regions they still play it. I mean, the biggest major they have for Tekken is called Final Round, which is in Georgia. So that's the only time you'll see Tekken highly played. And the major problem with the Tekken community at the moment is that they have this attitude of several people saying like "fuck Evo" or "Evo's ass" and all this stuff. And Mr. Wizard, who runs Evo, is not the guy you would say these things to his tournament to. So there's a little. I mean, he is biased, but if you're saying "f my tournament," why would I let you be in my tournament? You know?
It's just, I mean, it's good it's good press if you still take the haters. Like, you know what, you guys may be hating on me, but I'm still going to show you guys love. Play the fucking game.
They don't show up to you don't see them entering tournaments or running locals or anything that gives their community press. So it would be, I guess, it would be a wasted slot, I guess, in his mind, and their attitude kind of proves that as well. And another problem with the tech community is that 90% of them just play net play. They play online all the time. Like, I haven't seen NYC Fab, one of the top player in Tekken, in forever. I hardly ever see him in Next Level. When I go, I haven't heard of him doing anything. I mean, I heard him stream a couple of times, but that's it. The same thing with like Fighting GM and all these top Tekken players that are within New York City. I don't hear them. Half of them are playing online. Some of them are complaining about the game. Some people say hotkeys are broken. And the only time you'll see them come up is with huge numbers is Final Round Tournament. I mean, every tournament before that, I really don't think they break like over 30. They rarely break over 30 in other tournaments. You can quote me if I'm wrong or right at that, but that's the problem with the community. They don't drive numbers. A lot of them have this very anti-attitude that kind of pushes them away from, I guess, the Evo people, and it's going to hurt them because during the time where Tekken came out, there was this guy, Rip, like Bread and Butter series. Like, he made tons of videos how to play the game, how to make these tactics work, what's an Oki is, how to do these combos, etc., etc. And like, there's tons of content information for this game. It's just that it's not being limelighted by the community or being pushed properly. So they just have to work on their own networking and try again next year. Or within this year, they work really, really hard. Like, not just Final Round, like every other tournament. So Evo, show up with huge numbers. And that will show Mr. Wizard, like, yo, I'm going to put your game in Evo or something. Because numbers speak a lot more than just bullshit. At least in the fighting game community.
All right. Well, since you're a fighting game fan, more so than I am, since I kind of dropped off of it, what is your take on Killer Instinct being at Evo this year?
Killer Instinct being at Evo is okay. I'm not a Killer Instinct fan. I don't enjoy the game. I feel I feel like there could be a little bit underhanded thing happening. Like they might have quote unquote paid for Evo, like NetherRealm Studio did, because it's like the game just doesn't feel interesting to me. Because when I watch it, it's like it doesn't really seem fundamentally sound, and there's a lot of things where characters you can build meter after the match is over with combos, and that's just obnoxious. Like I'm like I got like okay, I'm gonna instead of like just letting the match be over, I'm gonna keep wailing on you till I build enough meter till I build like 2-3 bars, maybe even super, and the next match I come in with a super meter and kill you. That's just like silly. I don't know why would they do that. That's just the thing that just bothers me the most of it overall. Eh. So pretty much that's the thing I don't enjoy about the game. Enjoy the game.
See, everybody keeps saying that, but I keep watching tons of feeds about this. People enjoy it. I have the game, and I actually love it.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people like it and enjoy it, but I guess it's so a lot of people who enjoy the game don't. I guess the problem is for people who are higher end fighting game community people, like people who have the meta, who've been playing fighting games a long time, it doesn't kind of appeal to them as much. But the new people playing it and enjoying it, that's great, and they haven't get a spot at Evo, they deserve it if they show up numbers for it. The numbers represent what they got.
That's the thing that's funny because a lot of higher end players, a lot of top end players like Justice Wong and Maximilian, and I even see people playing it at next level. They're actually enjoying it.
That's true, but it's more. I guess it's more like the old people, if people understand it. Like, well, Justin Wong plays anything for money, so he's the last person I would say.
That's true.
Yeah. And how to put this? And Maximilian is not a tournament play. He's more of a YouTube Let's Play. He'll play anything, so he's the last person I'll quote for this stuff. But more like regular people playing it, as long as the community does it, it'd be fine. Like Justin Wong made it like top 8 at the first Killer Instinct tournament by doing fundamentals and beating people who allegedly knew about the game. And I'm like, he's just doing basic stuff that you can do in Street Fighter and beating people in this game. He was doing anything flashy. I hardly see doing like 890 hit combos in any of the game.
Well, so that's like, the thing about the game. Yeah. That's the thing about the game. You actually can beat people just doing nothing but fundamentals. The game actually punishes you with diminishing returns if you keep doing long string combos. So
you build so much meter off it.
Right, you build meter, but say for perfect example, I was playing online a couple of days ago, and the guy got like a 36 hit combo on me, right?
Yeah.
And I had basically no energy, but because he hit diminishing return, that combo didn't do shit. It didn't kill me, it was flashy. It was like, oh, fantastic, you did a nice combo, but the whole goal was to kill me, and you didn't kill me. So that's why that's in the play.
He ended up with but the problem is like a combo can end up with a knockdown and give him an Oki so he can guess what you're gonna do next, and then he'll kill the next combo with the next touch because he has the meter to do it. That's the situation they'll put you in other fighting game terms. But he didn't kill you, so whatever. The thing is that like the game can do that at the same time. Like the promising, the golden factor of Killer Instinct were the combos and how much you can kill off it.
Right.
The fact that the combos aren't kind of representing that, it kind of makes the game feel like, what are you, a fundamental fighter? You're not an anime fighter. You're not a King of Fighters fighter. You're not a TOD fighter. So it's like it's putting too much in his pot. And Cross Tekken's on Evo. I mean, that game now the game is officially dead. Street Fighter Cross Tekken is officially dead.
What do you mean officially dead? That game has been dead for some time now.
Oh, it's been dead, but it hasn't been. I mean, people went to tournaments for it, but it's not an Evo game anymore. It's finally in the grave. It's in the grave.
Wonder if that means anything for excuse me, Street Fighter X Tekken.
I mean Tekken X Street Fighter.
Tekken X Street Fighter. If that ever comes out, if it ever comes out.
I think is that Harada might want to do that, but at the same time, Harada might do 100% opposite what Ono and Capcom did with their game. The hidden DLC, not truly beta testing the game. God, there was so many things wrong. Cross Tekken to me lost due to poor beta testing, poor Q&A, and poor marketing. What they did to themselves. That game dug its own grave after like 3 weeks. It was 90% timeout. Jabs were too strong. It wasn't a festival to deal with. Like some people enjoyed playing the game. Some people liked it, but it just wasn't. It wasn't respected as a game just because of all the hate it came outside of the game. I mean, the game had DLC in it where all the characters were unlocked. they were going to sell the Vita version to pump sales, and then give you the code to unlock the game, lock all the characters begin with it. So you were going to sell me characters you already made in the game. That's pretty messed up.
Well, that's Capcom for you. What are you going to do?
I know, exactly. That game dug its own grave, and not because there's some of, like I said, poor beta testing, poor Q&A, poor marketing, and it just eviscerated itself. And the funny thing is, now the game at this point with the recent patch was maybe like 8 months ago-ish, like sometime last year. It's playable, it's enjoyable now, but you can't play the game without the drama that came with it. And because that image is on the game, straight up died.
You know, it's kind of dumb because if I was Capcom, I'd be doing everything in my power to do something for this game. Because at this point in time, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is pretty much. What other fighter do they have other than Street Fighter?
No, I think this year's gonna be the year of the anime. I mean, there's a lot of good quote-unquote anime and arc system games coming out. I mean, BlazBlue Chrono Phantasm is coming out next March in English. You're gonna be Guilty. You're getting Persona 4 Arena 2. That's coming out.
Not really caring about that. I only care about one game, and you already said it.
Guilty Gear XR is coming out next year. Oh, it'll be arcades. Yeah, it's gonna be arcades next week, and yep, and it's going to be and it's going to be playable, and it's gonna be coming out next year. I mean, there's some people who've been playing the game so far, beta testing it, talking about it. Like some people comparing Potemkin to Calamity Trigger Tiger, and Calamity Trigger Tiger was the weakest character in the game. They're comparing to that. Some people are confirming that Faust is already top tier. Like if you're a Guilty Gear person, this won't surprise you because Faust in every game somehow got better.
Yeah,
he always has
been.
Strong character.
Yeah, Guilty Gear was my game. I wasn't feeling BlazBlue, but I always loved Guilty Gear.
Yeah, Guilty Gear was Guilty Gear is I enjoy both. I'm not excited that much for Xrd because they don't have my character Biken, who is technically my waifu, I guess. They don't have Biken in that game, so I'm like, no Biken, no dice.
So what else you got going on there, Mr. Matt?
As we talking about BlazBlue, there was a recent the patch that came out. I can actually list out the patches, but if I'll probably talk about what did they do to Kokonoe that's actually fair, because I mentioned it a couple of times. What happened to Kokonoe was that now her Black Hole Super, which gave a lot of unblockable setups that had unported damage, that killed the game, blah blah blah, get raped, game over, eat a dick. It can only be activated in Overdrive now. And as you probably don't know, Overdrive is a attack, is what you do when you activate the burst without hitting someone. Overdrive kicks in, and then you just do Overdrive gives your character special abilities and stop the timer. So you can do a combo into Overdrive and then kill a character with low health, giving it like a turnabout, like X Factor type thing. So Kokonoe has been toned down overall. She has less combo potential, 80% to 70%. They nerfed Black Hole, making it only activate Overdrive, changing her combo routes, decreasing hit stun and certain things for moves. So she's been toned down. She might still be A tier, but not S tier, which is God tier, so that's it. But the one thing that got me kind of mad, though, is I'm a Tiger player, and I would probably say the only Tiger player in New York, probably who entered tournaments, maybe. I don't know. It's my man Tiger got hit with a lot of nerfs overall. They nerfed 5A and 2A of how it can start combos. They nerf how much meter you gain from gadget fingers, and they decrease they decrease the startup of 3C, which is the finger poke, which is a good thing, I guess, as a buff. But 2D's got like a 50-50, which is its Volt Tackle. They decreased how fast it recovers, its hit stun and grounded, but it's better on whiff, but nothing is better if it don't block. So it's like a 50-50. But the one thing I'm happy they gave Tiger is that they fixed his J2C when you do the elbow drop. If you hit with a fatal counter, they fixed the height bounce, and it'll bounce too high, where the combo will sometimes mess up. They fixed it so it bounce properly, so that's great. But overall, I feel like some of these mostly the biggest nerf is how 5A and 2A, the hand poke, will change his combo starting, which I feel like maybe a nerf to his combo potential, which I know as a grappler you don't need combos, but in I guess in Air Dasher games, you need your combos for everything. And the fact you took away the hit stun from it, it's like, oh man, I can't rely on 5A to start combos anymore. Well, I can't do it reliably, so it feels like they're making these combos harder to do. But yeah, the BlazBlue Chrono Phantasm list is currently on Shoryuken.com. Whatever character you play, you want to look up, it's all there, so enjoy it. You can read it and discuss it on Twitter or Facebook, and maybe people will listen to you or call you a scrub. Go figure. Yeah. Definitely. And I guess there's one thing I want to talk about. There's one thing that's been recently on my mind lately.
What's that?
I mean, outside Metal Slug being on Steam, I'll probably get that soon. There's one thing been on my mind that's been killing me. Hearthstone, free beta. Are you on
Wait,
it, Hacks?
I've been on it for a couple months now. Actually, I was waiting for everybody else to get onto it. They finally opened it up for everybody else, but I was in the beta, closed beta.
How do you feel about the game? How do you feel about the game so far?
Um, I actually have mixed feelings about the game. Honestly, I was never a big card gamer. So this was my first gateway drug into it. Um,
Us.
and since it's actually in the Warcraft world, which is one of my favorite lores there, I actually enjoy it. The mechanics are pretty decent. It's a pretty decent time consumer. On the flip side, some of the characters aren't really balanced. Some games can turn out to be a total slaughter. Excuse me, if you get the luck of the draw and get some pretty decent cards. But the
Yeah.
game is pretty decent. It's overly balanced for the most part. And
Overly
it's a lot
balanced?
of
Like, you say it's too balanced?
overly balanced. It's not too balanced. It's not. There are things that can happen that will totally make the battle a one-sided affair. Put
So
it that way.
you telling me that mages aren't OP?
Mages are definitely OP.
Yeah, like a Blizzard game where mages aren't OP. This is something new to everybody.
Mages are definitely OP in this. But it's
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. Have you tried out the beta?
I played it, and I think I talked to you recently, maybe like 2 weeks ago, when we were trying to do January, but January ran through quickly for us, a January episode. We were talking about like when the game comes full access, it will have a pay to play system where you could buy packs of cards.
Right.
Yeah, I personally don't like that because it's pretty much reminding me of like a lot of problem with free to play games. Like I would say some of Nexon games mostly that you just throw money at it and you'll be number one.
Well, see, there's the thing right there. You can pay to get the decks. However, there's no guarantee that the decks are going to make you win. Just because you have the cards doesn't make you,
But you can reconstruct the deck any way you want. That's the thing.
Yeah, but you still got to know how to play the game.
Well, obviously, I mean,
So-
obviously that's in there, but But I always hated that idea because it's like, and especially in a card game, because I play card games. Well, I play Magic the Gathering here and there. Well, I stopped playing the game officially since like I graduated college, maybe like 2 years ago. And my major beef with Magic was outside of the standard rule thing. Was no, actually no, major draw of Magic to me was that like if because I wasn't using Troll and Toad or other sites to buy cards, so every time you buy a pack of cards, there's a chance of getting a card you want. Let's say that's like a 5%. Say I want red cards. I want red cards. There's a 5% chance of me getting red cards, and every money I join, then my chance increases, or it can be decreased, but it depends on every single pack. Now I was wondering that will Hearthstone have the same type of model? Like if you put money in it, you win packs, but the chance of the packs stay the same. It's not like if I put $5 in and I get a pack of cards, that's like say 10%, 5%. If I put $20 in, my chances increase by 20%. You know about the draw factor, right? Like drawing cards in card games, right?
Right.
Right. So do you have a fear or you feel that if people put more money in the game, they'll be able to draw more cards better or more efficiently than people who are playing other players to unlock cards?
No, because that's pay to play, and Blizzard's not about that. So no, I don't have any issues with it.
Because I have a fear of that, just because like it's technically an infinity gaming model, and you want people to keep playing the game as well earn the cards because there's people who collect the cards. There are people who are playing the game seriously, and there's just people who are just like desperately looking for Uno card, and this is my deck is complete.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously there's always a chance that you buy a deck and you might get a so special card, but they did go and mention that anything that you can buy is also available directly in the game. So there is no uber fantastic card that only you can get by buying. That said, there is a big difference if they offer cosmetic cards. Like, for example, those who got into the beta originally got a special card at BlizzCon. We got some card, but it was a cosmetic card. It didn't do anything in game. It wasn't anything special. It didn't help you win or give you an overall advantage or rainbow. Basically, thanks for playing this game. Thanks for baiting this game. Here's this fantastic card. Show off to everybody you have it. That's
right.
it.
Right. So it's a trophy.
Right.
And the thing about it is that like there's also the time variation unlocking cards by or playing. It's like the like I said in the rate. Like if I play you in Hearthstone and I want to unlock better mage cards, the chances of me, if I beat you, there's a chance of that. If I beat you, my chance of unlocking a mage card is like 7%. But if I bought a deck cards called the mage set, and that's like $10, my chance of drawing a mage card's higher. That's the thing I'm worried about. It's because I'm thinking overall, like, how are they going to balance the percentage of people who are buying and the people who are playing for free? And then there's going to be the tournament people, so you got to put them in consideration too. Because this is a tournament playable game. This game can be played in tournaments.
But you're taking in that there might be a system in place that gives you a better percentage depending on how many cards you buy.
Exactly.
And they haven't done that.
Right. That's just my only fear, because like I just fear that.
No, they do now. They did put out a percentage of chances of getting a legendary or epic or rare or common card, right. But the chances of you getting these cards are very slim. Like a legendary, I think 1%, epic's like 4%, or rare's like 20%. So you get the luck of the draw, and everybody's in the same plateau. So you could spend $100 and maybe get that legendary card, or you might do a quest. That legendary card too. So
you just beat someone online and says you got the card.
Right. So
yeah. The funny thing is that I don't think there's no hope they're gonna put this game on Steam. It's gonna be all Blizzard, right?
It's all Blizzard.
All Blizzard, yeah.
Nothing that Blizzard does is on Steam.
Yeah, nothing. Personally, to me, like card games, I would like to see it on Steam just because Steam will help me run it on my shitty laptop. So,
it will never be on Steam.
Never. Nope. Never.
Blizzard has their own launcher. Blizzard has their own closed environment.
It works for them, though. It still works for them. I just wish they were more open to us poverty computer people.
Well, Hearthstone it will run on just about every modern machine, older machine, so you won't have an issue with that. Hell, I had it running on my Dell Venue Pro, which was an Intel-based tablet for Windows 8. It ran on that.
Oh, so... you can run on your tablet?
Yeah.
Awesome. You know what? I might buy a tablet just to play Hearthstone. I'm not joking.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
You can get a decent tablet. You can get, like, what, Dell, let me see, a decent, for like, what, 150, 150? That's not a big loss.
Nah, 300 at the minimum.
Oh, damn, I'm burned.
Yeah. I wouldn't buy a tablet just for a game. That's kind of silly.
Yeah, that's pretty, ooh, wow. Because I was willing to spend 150. That's the highest we'll go. Like, 300, ooh, that's double my cash.
150 gets you an Android tablet, not a Windows tablet. And it doesn't run on Android, so yeah. But it's a fun game, man. You can run on your laptop, so definitely check it out.
I'll try to, because I have a pretty old Toshiba laptop, like the oldest.
What are the specs of it?
Oh, jeez, let me actually watch me get blown up for this. Let me open my computer, the control panel. Control panel. Let's see, power options right there. Device man. Yeah, we go power options. Power options.
It's we can talk about it off here. It's not a big deal. You can definitely run it on that.
Yeah, I'll probably give it specs later. It took me forever to look through it, but it's pretty old. Let me see. And are you looking forward to any Kickstarter games coming out? I think there was 2 games announced on Kickstarter that I'm looking forward to.
What are they? Well, there's a couple that I did on Kickstarter, but they won't be coming out anytime.
I'm looking forward to La Mulana number 2. The first game wasn't that good, but I have hope the second one will be better since, as an indie game, your first game technically is supposed to suck. I'm sorry, indie developers. Technically, your first game is technically supposed to suck, but not super suck. It's not supposed to be, it's not going to be AAA, put it that way. But your first indie, so it wasn't that good, but it's still, I like the music. It was playable, it was enjoyable, so, whatever. I'm looking forward to Lava, and I'm looking forward to I'm gonna say the title right. The Darkest Dungeon. It was I saw it on Destructoid and they announced it. It looks pretty good. Another dungeon crawler beat 'em up.
Yeah, you mentioned to me earlier, and I've never heard of this game.
Oh yeah, let me hit you up. Let me hit you up with some knowledge on this thing. Once my computer stops. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. A snowstorm is actually making my computer even slower. I mean, I'm still, well, my sound's really good, but my God, my computer is so slow. So anyway, it's pretty much a very brutal dungeon crawler game. It's pretty brutal. It's gonna have that, I would guess, that Demon Souls effect, I guess, or Dark Souls, which I'm starting to feel that a lot of games are just taking that game mentality and just putting it in their games, so actually not implement it properly. But it should come out next year, 2015, in January. So, pretty much. And it's on Kickstarter. I mean, there's more information on it there.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the page right now. Oh, they already surpassed their goal, which is good. Wow, holy shit.
They already made the money. I'm like, yo, I'm in there.
Wow,
Yeah.
they were asking 75 grand. They're at 154 right now.
Yep.
With
That means
28
extra
days to
content.
go. Wow.
Yeah, it's just straight up extra content. It's insane.
I'm gonna check this out.
What?
No, the video for it. I'm definitely check it out after we're done.
Yeah, we could probably check it out or post it in the comments for a loading screen episode, for our loading screen podcast. Definitely, I think people would like to look at it at least.
But yeah, a lot of the Kickstarter games I'm looking forward to, like Project Phoenix and Unsung Story and Mighty Number 9.
You already, yo, Mighty Number 9 is everyone's game looking forward to, man.
Yeah, but
that game,
Shantae, still waiting on Shantae.
Yo, yeah, wait for its game, yeah.
That another game that I was on a Kickstarter binge. 7 games.
Pretty much. I think that's pretty much, I guess, from there. So I'm trying to ask. So I know that Steam lately has been pumping a bunch of old arcade games, like I mentioned, Ikaruga, Metal Slug 3. There's gonna be Radiant Civilite on it. How do you feel about Steam getting these old arcade classics on?
I'm actually glad because one, it discourages emulation to play these games. 2, it adds functionality into these games. So now you get Steam achievements, you get co-op play, a lot of stuff that you couldn't get via emulation. And you put some money into the developer's pocket. So True. They can see that, Steam and the PC market is a worthwhile venue to pursue. And the cool thing about with Ikaruga is Treasure has gone on and stated that they're going to bring more of their games over and they're going to make a game directly for Steam. So not only did we get a classic game greenlit and put on Steam, but we're going to get, benefit from that by other games from Treasure who made some fantastic games in the day and get a brand new exclusive game for Steam. That's phenomenal.
Yeah. That's actually what's got me hyped about it. And I think them and several developers mentioned that they're not just porting the games. They're actually doing, they're working on netcode since the game's right there. They're going to HD it. They're going to add things. I'm like, yo, this is good. This is pretty good.
Yeah. And that's, and this leads up into, stuff that not only Steam needs, but those who are interested in the Steam machines, because a lot of people are like, what am I going to play? I don't have this beefy machine. I just got a generic PC or a small Steam box, etc., etc. These are examples of games that you can play on your Steam box in living room. Not to state that you can't stream from your main machine to the Steam box, but these little gems, these old school games, or these low impact games, or these games that don't require a beefy machine are fantastic, not just for your desktop, but for playing on Steam machines.
Pretty much. And that's pretty much also, that's I kind of feel the same way as well. And I also kind of like the fact that the Steam, I feel like a lot of Steam games are they're fitting my niche of certain RPG, just generally niche of games that I used to play in the 90s or back in the old day.
Speaking of, real quick, I'm sorry, I completely forgot, and I thought you might like this. Speaking of Steam, since we started talking about it, did you see that they put Blaze Blue Calamity Trigger on Steam recently?
Yeah, they did. It's $8 or $9. So I was laughing. I cannot believe they put the first Blaze Blue game on it. I don't know who's gonna buy it, but that game, balance-wise, it was terrible, but it's still fun to play.
I'm pretty sure people are gonna buy this game. The only sad thing is this is 3 years old, right?
Exactly, yeah. 3 or 4 years, yeah.
Games like this should be on Steam day one. There should be no barrier. A lot of people say that's nonsense, but put the games out on all the systems, give me the option of buying it.
I think that the problem with barrier locking games is that a lot of developers, I guess we'll say like I said, middle companies and I said AAA people are like, you know what, I can lock my things to 2-3 consoles, never worry about the third venue. And then 4 years later, look at the sales report, oh man, we didn't do that well. Maybe we should open a new venue. You should always put all your games at all venues when possible. I mean,
exactly.
Indie developers always do it. You guys should do it too as well. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, because indie developers, they don't do it because they're porting it. They just want their game to hit the masses. I'm slightly hurt that Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasm, when it come out, or it's already out, when people imported it, it's only available for PS3 in Japan. It's why aren't you open this to other consoles or Steam or anything? That's just not fair. because you're implying that I have to buy another peripheral just to play your game. I feel that's kind of unfair.
People to play the game. Eh?
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. Like, and the funny thing is that like smaller developers, like the smaller or indie people, the middle people are caught between it because they want to get at the same time that console lock deal will bring them more money. So it's like, but indie is like, I don't care. I'm gonna produce it on Steam. I'm gonna put it on the Vita. I'm gonna put it on Xbox Live Arcade, whatever, and just go on with it. And the funny thing is that sometimes when they get indie developer games that do well on, like, say PSN or Xbox Live, and I'm going to Steam, or vice versa. Like I remember, was that game Splunky? Splunky was only Xbox Live. Then it did so well that it got on Steam. Then it got on PSN. Then it got on the Vita. And I was like, yo, this is pretty cool.
Everybody loves Spelunky.
Everyone loves that game. It's the roguelike that doesn't make you feel like you're hurting yourself.
Was that an indirect comment to Dark Souls?
Dark Souls pretty much tell you in your face you're gonna die and you're gonna have to eat the dick.
That's the fun part about the game.
Yeah, that's the fun part. And then you have to like tell like your family, your coworkers, like, I can't come into work today because SoundCloud took my money.
I already told everybody that Dark Souls 2 is coming out. You won't see me for a couple months.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's definitely gonna hurt our podcast.
Yeah, sorry guys. I gotta be locked in my room playing Dark Souls.
Letting your beard grow out, go full afro and everything.
Yo, funny story. I picked up Demon Souls way back in the day, and I played it, and it kicked my ass. I think it was around Christmas 2012. I was just so fucking living. So then, I think it was like maybe March. I picked it up again, started playing. Just couldn't put it down. I just couldn't stop playing. I mastered it and just defeated the entire game. Then I was like, all right, I'm done. Then, here's Dark Souls. Play this game. And I went back to this conclusion again. It was like, oh shit, this is fantastic. You know, beat that. You know, it came out for the PC, double dipped and got it again for the PC, beat it again on the PC.
Wait, was that the Prepare to Die edition?
Yeah. And, you know, it's like, wow, I just can't get enough of Dark Souls. You know, it was just like back in the day with Dead Space. Dead Space 1 and 2 were my games. I would just go and just play and just play. Then was looking for more once they were done.
What, you like Dead Space 3 with all those microtransactions? And
the thing that pissed... I did play Dead Space 3. I enjoyed the entire series, but Dead Space 3 was not hard at all. It wasn't even jump hard. It was like, oh, let's play gun, bro, and, you know, I got my partners going and kill this shit. It wasn't hard at all. It wasn't Dead Space. It was ruined. You know, Dead Space 1 had moments where you were literally like, what the fuck's going on? You're jumping because you didn't know what was expected. You know, Dead Space 2's lost a little bit of that charm, but it was enough to make you play the game. Like, all right, I was satisfied. Dead Space 3 was like, what am I playing? What am I playing? Like the very first couple minutes of Dead Space 3, you're shooting and you're fighting other humans in this station, and it was like, whoa, this isn't Dead Space. What the hell is this? It was like they were trying to emulate Gears of War or something.
Yep. That was actually what they were going for. They wanted... They just... Honestly, EA just said, you know what's a good market? Co-op shooters. Let's do it.
And now it's dead.
Yeah, it was dead. Yep. And talking about dead games, there's a new game coming out by Devolver Studios that's being published.
Is it dead?
No, it's called Gods Will Be Watching. It's done by Deconstruct Team. It looks like a point-and-click adventure game, but 8-bit. These guys have been doing a lot of Pixel X games, so it might be interesting. And the fact that Devolver Digital is doing something like this, it might be good, since Devolver Digital, hate them, you can't hate them, but they do good work. I really feel like they're like the odd man publisher. Like, you have an idea? If I like the idea, I'll publish it. I don't care. I'll publish it. Let's go.
You know what? No, what's surprising? Speaking of point-and-click games, which aren't really my cup of tea.
Really?
Broken Age. I have to check that out.
Actually, I heard Broken Age is pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Tim Schafer did a fantastic job on that game. I definitely want to check it out. I just haven't, but I want to. I hear nothing but great things about that game. You know, it's just a little too expensive for what it is. $25 on Steam.
That's not bad. You know what? This when the Steam sale comes, maybe it'll drop down to 19 or less. To me, I have never paid that much for a Steam game in my life. The highest I paid was maybe $14.99 or $20.
Oh no, I'll pay the money for a Steam game. I've done it. Castlevania, not Lord of
Even though you
Shadows,
had the console version.
Lord of Shadows 2.
No,
I,
it's
I
about the first one, the real first Lord of Shadows.
I'm sorry, say again.
You had the first Lord of Shadows, right, on console,
I did, and I sold it.
and you bought the Steam version.
I got the Steam version. It was like Steam version, Lord of Shadows Ultimate Edition, $20.
Yeah. There's no way. You can't turn it down.
Yeah. So, but I do spend. I mean, I'm a big believer or a big advocate. If the game is worth it, I'll spend the money. I don't care. As long as it's not over $50, I'll buy it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty much the whole point. That's cool.
Speaking of which, like I said, Castlevania Lord of Shadows 2, I actually was going to pick it up on Steam because it was like 10% off, dropped it on like 50. But then there's a 20% off coupon for Green Man Gaming, hint, hint, that drops the game down to like 40 something.
Man, digital gaming. Let's look what we come to. Remember back in the day, we used to just talk about when the game come out, we'll buy it. Now we're talking about pre-ordering, what we get when you pre-order it. Man, things change.
I remember in the days I was telling people that digital distribution is the way to go, and people were laughing at me.
Yeah. I didn't laugh at you because I was too busy sitting in an arcade throwing away my quarters. But yeah, I would laugh at you.
See, look who we are now. Look who we are now.
Look
Xbox Live, PlayStation Now, Steam, Origin, Blizzard. Here we go.
Here we go. 2014, baby.
Wow, it looks like we're almost out of time.
Yeah, we're almost out of time. Any new announcements for I guess for us. I still haven't finished the Shiver review. I'll get on that. There's a couple of things I'm going to write on top of it as well. I think I'll be going to Indiecade this Sunday.
Are you definitely going? Good.
Yeah,
I can't make it. Sunday, yeah. I mean, much love to film getting back to us, but I wish they would have got back to us a little sooner because then I could have made plans to come to New York City. But yeah,
exactly. Maybe next year we can talk to them about that. I think the rest of my team. I think Carlos, also known as Alpha Silly Hat, and Gabriel Lemaine, Z Slash from Bookshelf Podcast. They will be there.
Nope. Carlos won't be able to make it. He said he can't make it.
Oh, Carlos can make it. I think Gabe will probably make it Friday or Saturday. Or Carlos won't, but it doesn't matter. I'll be there Sunday. If anything, I'll probably network and just talk to people, and probably maybe we can get some developers on our podcast.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Definitely nice. Yeah, and today marks 2 months until PAX East 2014,
which is your thing, man. It's all you.
Yep, I will be in Boston, freezing my ass off for 4 days.
But you get to play new indie games.
I get to play everything, assuming the lines aren't too damn long.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nothing but swag. Tons of swag, tons of interviews, tons of mingling with the people, and just all around having fun getting lost in Boston again.
Yeah, I hope you have a good time when you go out and do it. I probably won't be able to join you. I'm looking forward to something else, but well, man, thanks guys for tuning in to another episode of Loading Screen. We'll see you again next month in March, hopefully.
Hopefully, or maybe even sooner.
Even sooner, yeah. See you guys, and remember to check us out on Outerhaven.net. You can follow us on at GetSilius on Twitter, and you can follow the Outerhaven.net on Twitter on @TheOuterhaven, right?
Yep.
All right, see you guys later.
Stay safe and don't freeze too much.
Yeah, laters.
Good night.